Alright, so Timon of Athens. Alcibiades. Must it be so? Must it not be? My lord, I do beseech you, know me. Second Senator. How? Alcibiades. Call me to your remembrance. Third Senator. What? Alcibiades. I cannot think, but your age has forgot me. It could not else be I should prove so base to sue and be denied such common grace. My wounds ache at you. First Senator. Do you dare our anger? 'Tis in a few words, but spacious in effect. We banish thee forever. Alcibiades. Banish me? Banish your dotage, banish usury. That makes the Senate ugly. First Senator. If after 2 days shine Athens contains thee, attend our weight judgment, and, not to swell our spirits, he shall be excused presently. Excellent Senators. Alcibiades. Now the gods keep you old enough that you may live, only in bone that none may look on you. I'm worse than mad. I have kept back their foes while they have told their money, and let out their coin upon larger interest. I myself, rich only in large hurts, all those for this. Is this bombs that the usuring Senate pours into captains' wounds? Banishment. It comes not ill. I hate not to be banished. It is a cause worthy my spleen and fury, that I may strike at Athens. I'll cheer up my discontented troops and lay for hearts. 'Tis honor with the most lands to be at odd. Soldiers should brook as little as wrong as gods. Exit. Scene 6. The same. A magnificent room in Timon's house. Music table set out. Servants attending. Enter. As several doors dividers. Lords Lucius, Sempronius, Senators, etc., and Aventidius. First Lord. The good time of the day to you, sir. Second Lord. I also wish it to you. I think this honorable Lord did but try us the other day. First Lord. Upon that were my thoughts, tearing when we encountered. I hope it is not so low with him as he made it seem in the trial of his several friends. Second Lord. It should not be by the persuasion of his new feasting. The persuasion. First Lord. I should think so. He has sent me an earnest inviting, which many of my near occasions did urge me to put off, but he has conjured me beyond them, and I must needs appear. Second Lord. In like manner was I in debt to my impertinent business, but he would not hear my excuse. I am sorry, when he sent to borrow of me, that my provision was out. First Lord. I am sick of that grief too, as I understand how all things go. Second Lord. Every man hears so. Why would he have borrowed of you? First Lord. 1,000 pieces. Second Lord. 1,000 pieces? First Lord. What of you? Second Lord. He sent to me, sir. Here he comes. Enters Timon in attendance. Timon. With all my heart, gentlemen both, and how fare you? First Lord. Ever at the best, hearing well of your lordship. Second Lord. The swallowing followers, not some are more willing than we, your lordship. Timon aside. Not more willing, leaves winter, such summer birds are men, Gentlemen, our dinner will not recompensate this longer stay. Feast your ears with the music a while, if they will fare so harshly. Oh, the trumpet sound, we shall to it presently. First Lord, I hope it remains not unkindly with your lordship that I return to you an empty messenger. Timon, oh, sir, let it not trouble you. Second Lord, my noble lord. Timon, ah, my good friend, what cheer? Second Lord, my most honorable lord, I am even sick of shame that when your lordship this other day sent to me, I was so unfortunate beggar. Timon, think not on it, sir. Second Lord, if you had sat but 2 hours before, Timon, let it not cumber your better remembrance. Come, bring in all together. The banquet brought in. Second Lord, all covered dishes. First Lord, royal treasure, I warrant you. Third Lord, double not that if money and the season can yield it. First Lord, how do you? What's the news? Third Lord, Alcibiades is banished. Hear you of it? First and second Lords, Alcibiades banished. Third Lord, 'tis true, be sure of it. First Lord, how? Second Lord, I pray you upon what? Timon, my worthy friends, will you draw near? Third Lord, I'll tell you more anon. He's a noble feast toward. Second Lord, this is the old man still. Third Lord, wilt hold. Second Lord, it does, but time will, and so. Third Lord, I do conceive. Timon, each man to his stool, with that sour as he would, to the lie up of his mistress. Your diet shall be in all place alike, may not a city feast of it, to the let of the meat cool here. We can agree upon the first plate. Sit. The gods require our thanks. Your great benefactor sprinkles our society with thankfulness. For your own gifts makes yourself praised, but reserves still to give, lest your diet be deprived. Lend to each man enough that one need not lend to another. For were your godheads to borrow of men, man would forsake the gods and make the meat be loved more than the man that giveth it. Let no assembly of 20 be without a score of villains. If there sit 12 women at the table, let a dozen of them, as they are, the rest of your foes, O gods, the senators of Athens, together with a common tag of people, what is amiss in them, your gods make suitable for destruction. For these my present friends, as they are to me nothing, so in nothing bless them, and to nothing they are welcome. Uncovers dogs and laps. The dishes are uncovered and seen to be full of warm water. Some speak, what does his lordship mean? Some others, I know not. Timon, may ye better feast, never behold. Your not of mouth friends smoke and lukewarm water. Is your perfection, this is the Timon's last, who stuck and spangled with your flattery. Wash it off and sprinkle it in your face, throwing the water in their faces. You reeking villainy, live loathed and long, most smiling smooth, detect parasites, courageous destroyers of fools, meek bearers, you fools of fortune, trenched friends, time flies, caps and knees, slaves, vaporous and minute jacks of man and beast, the infinite malady, Christ, you quiver over, what doest thou go? Soft, take thy physics first, thou too, and thou. Stay, I will lend thee money, and borrow none. Throws the dishes at them and drives them out. What in all the motion henceforth be not feast? Where eat at villains not a welcome guest? Burn house sink Athens. Henceforth hate be of Timon man and humanity. Accents. Enters the Lord, senators, etc. First Lord. How now, my lord? Second Lord. Know you the quality of Lord Timon's fury? Third Lord. Push, did you see my cap? Fourth Lord. I have lost my gown. First Lord. He is mad lord and naughty, but humor sways him. He gave me a jewel the other day, and now he has beat it out of my hat. Did you see my jewel? Third Lord. Did you see my cap? Second Lord. Here it is. Fourth Lord. Here lies my gown. First Lord. Let's make no stay. Second Lord. Lord Timon's mad. Third Lord. I feel it upon my bones. Fourth Lord. One day he gave us diamonds, next day stones. Excellent. Act 4, Scene 1. Without the walls of Athens. Enters Timon. Timon. Let me look back upon thee, O thou wall, that girdest in thy walls, dive in the earth, and fence not Athens, matrons, turns, and continuance. Obedience fail in children, slaves, and fools. Pluck the graves wrinkled senate from thy bench, and minister in their steeds to general filth. Convert, O the instant green viginities. Doest in your present eyes bankrupt. Hold fast rather than render back. Out with your knives and cut your truster throats, bound servants still. Large hand robbers your grave's masters are, and Poe by law made to thy master's bed. Thy mistress is thy brothel son of 16. Pluck the land crop from thy old jumping sire, with it beat out his brains. Pitied and feared religions to the gods. Peace, justice, truth, domestic laws. Nights rest in neighborhoods, instructions, manners, mysteries, and trades. Degrees, observations, customs, and laws. Decline to your confounding contradictionaries, and let confusion live. Plague, incident to man, your potential and infections, fever heaps. On Athens, ripe for the stroke, thou cold solicitates, cripples our senators, that their limbs may halt. As lamely as their manners, lust and liberties creep in the minds and marrows of our youth. Thou gainest the streams of virtues, they may strive and down themselves and right. Itching blames sow all the annishments, bosoms, and their crops. Be general leprosy, breathe in fact breathe, that their society as their friendship may be mercy poisoned. Nothing I'll bear from thee but nakedness, thou detestable town. Take thou that too, with multiplied bands. Timon will to the woods, where he shall find the unkindest beast more kinder than mankind. The gods confound, hear me, you good God, all the Athenians, both within and out that wall, and grant as Timon grows, his hate may grow, to the whole race of mankind, high and low. Amen. Exit. Scene 2. Athens. A room in Timon's house. Enters Flavius with 2 or 3 servants. First servant. Hear ye, master steward. Where's our master? We are undone, cast off, nothing remaining. Flavius. Alack, my fellows, what should I say to you? Let me be recorded on the righteous gods, as I am poor as you. First servant. Such a house broke, so noble a master fain, all gone, and not one friend to take his fortune by the arms and go along with him. Second servant. As we do turn our backs from his campaign, throw into his grave, so his familiars from his spiritual buried fortune sink all away, leave their false vows with him, like empty purses picket in his poor self, a dictated beggar to the air, with his disease of all shunned poverty, walls like contempt alone, more out of fellows, enters other servants, Flavius, all broken and impotent of a ruined house, third servant. Yet do our hearts wear Timon's liveries, they see I bide our faces, we are fellows still, serving alike in sorrow, leaked is our back, and we poor mates stand on the dying deck. Hearing the surge's threat, we must all part into the sea of air. Flavius. Good fellows all, the latest of my wealth, I share amongst you, wherever we shall meet, for Timon's sake, and yet be fellows, let's shake our heads and say, as 'twere kneeled unto our master's fortunes. We have seen better days, let each one take some, giving them money. Flavius is giving them money. Oh, my eye is itchy. Nay, put out your hands, not one word more. Thus part we rich in sorrow, parting poor. Servants embrace and part several ways. Oh, the fierce wretchedness that glory brings us. Who would not wish to be from wealth except, since riches point to misery and contempt? Who'd be so mocked with glory, or to live but in dream of friendship, to have his pawn in all what state compounds, but only painting, like his Vernonish friends, poor honest lord, brought low by his own heart, undone by goodness, strange and unusual blood. When man's worst sin is, he does too much good. Who then dares to be half so kind again? For bounty that makes gods does still more men. My dearest Lord, blessed to be more cursed, rich only to be wretched, thy great fortune, are made by chief affliction. At last, kind Lord, he's flung in rage from this ungrateful seat of monstrous friends, nor has he with him to supply his life, or that which can commend it. I'll follow and inquire him out, if ever service his mind with my best will. Whilst I have gold, I'll be his steward still. Exit. Scene 3. The woods before Timon's cave. Enters Timon. Timon. Oh, blessed raging sun, draw from the earth, rotten humility below thy sister's orb, and fact to the air, twinned brother of one womb, whose procreation, residence, and birth, services dividend, touched with them several fortunes, the greater scorn, the lesser not nature, to whom all scores late surge, can bear great fort, but by contempt of nature, tune. Raise me this badger, and deny that lord, the senator shall bear contempt, heresy, the beggar native honor, which is the pasture lord's, the rather sides, the one that makes him lean, who dares, in purity of manhood, stand upright, and say, "This man's flatter, if one be, so are they all. For every grace of fortune, and smoothed by that below, the learned plate, decks to the golden fool, all is oblate. There is nothing levelled in a curse of natures, but direct villainy. Therefore be upheard all feast societies and thrones of men. His sensible, yea, himself, Timon disdains, destructive fame mankind, earth yields me roots, digging. Who seeks for the better of thee, sauces his plight with thy most operant poison. What is here? Gold, yellow, glittering, precious gold. No gods, I am no idle vulturous roots. Your clear heavens, thus much of this will make black, white, foul, fair. Wronged, right, base, noble, old, young, coward, vigilant. Ha, your gods, why is this? What's this? Your gods, why is this? Will lung your priests and your servants from your sides, plucking stout men, bellows from below their heads. This yellow slave will knit and break religions, bless thy curse, make thy whore leprosy adored, place thieves and give them titles, knees and approbations with senators on the beach. This is it that will make the weapon widow wed again, she whom the spiritual house and ulcer sores. Would cast the gores at this. This embalms and spices to the April day again. Come, damned earth, thou common whore of mankind, that puttest odds among the rot of nations, I will make thee do thy right natures. March within, ha, germ, thou quit. But yet I'll bury thee, thou go, strong thief, when goest keepers of thee cannot stand. Not stay thou out of earnest, keeping some gold from Alcibiades with drums and fies in warlock manner. Farnia and Andrea, Alcibiades. Thou art thou there, speak. Timon, a beast as thou art, they canker gnaw thy heart, for showing me again the eyes of men. Alcibiades, this is thy name. Is man so hateful to thee that art thyself a man? Timon, I am misanthropias, and hate mankind. For thy part, I do wish thou were a dog, that I might love thee something. Alcibiades, I know thee well, but in thy fortune am learned and straying. Timon, I know thee too, and more than that I know of thee. I do not desire to know. Follow thy drones. With man's blood paint the ground, gulls and galls. Religion, canon, civil laws are cruel. Then what should war be? This fellow whore of thine has in her more destruction than thy sword, for all of her cherubim look, Pyronia, thy lips rot off. Timon, I will not kiss thee, and then rot return to thy own lips again. Alcibiades, how come to this noble Timon to this charge? Timon, as the moon does, by wanting light to give, but then now. I could not, like the moon. There were no suns to be borrowed of. Alcibiades, noble Timon, what friendship may I do thee? Timon, none but to remain my opinion. Alcibiades, what is it, Timon? Timon, promise me friendship, but perform none. if thou wilt not promise. The gods plague thee, for thou art a man. If thou doest perform, confound thee, for thou art a man. Alcibiades. I have heard in some sort of thy misery. Timon. Thou sawest them when I had prosperity. Alcibiades. I see them now. Then was a blessed time. Timon. As thine is now, held with brace of harlots. Tim Andrea. Is this the Anthion's minion, whom the world voiced so regardfully? Timon. Art thou Timandres? Timandres, yes. Timon. Be a horse stall. They love thee not that use thee. Give them dessert to leave them with their lust. Make use of thy salt hours, season of slaves, for tubs and baths, bringing down rose-cheeked youth too. The time fast and the diet. Timandria. Hang the monster. Alcibiades. Pardon him, sweet Timandria, for his wits are drowned and lost in his calamities. I have but a little gold of late, brave Timon, the want whereof do daily make revolt. In my penurious brand I have heard and grieved how cursed Athens, mindless of thy worth, forgetting thy great deed, when neighbors' states, but for thy sword and fortune, trot upon them. Timon. I prithee thee, beat thy drum, and get thee gone. Alcibiades. I am thy friend, and pity thee, dear Timon. Timon. How does thy pity him when thou doest trouble? I had rather be alone. Alcibiades. Why, fare thee well. Have some gold for thee. Timon. Keep it. I cannot eat it. Alcibiades. When I have laid proud Athens on a heap. Timon. Warest thou against Athens? Alcibiades. I, Timon, and have caused. Timon. The gods confound them all with conquest, and thee after, when thou hast conquered. Alcibiades. Why me, Timon? Timon. That by killing a villain that was born to conquer my country. Put up thy gold. Go on. Here, gold. Go on. Last page, and you're reading the last column.
More.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As planetary plague, when Jove will over some high voice city hang his poison. Ere the sick air, let not thy sword skip one. Pity not thy honor age for his white beard. He is unsured, make me counterfeit Matron. It is her habit only that her honest, herself's bald, not let a virgin's cheek, perhaps make soft and trench sword for those milk that thought the widow bars bore at men's eyes, were not within the leaf of pity writ. But sit down, horrible traitors, spare not the babe, while the dimple smiles from fools exhausted their mercy. Think it is bastard whom the oracle has doubtfully pronounced thy throat shall cut. I menace its ends remorse, swearing against subjects. Put armor on thy ears and on thy eyes, whose proofs not yells of mothers, maids, nor babes, nor sighting of priests in holy vestments, bleating shall pierce a lot. There is gold to pay thy soldiers, make large confusions, and thy fury spent. Confounded be thyself, speak not, be gone. Alcibiades. Hast thou gold yet? I'll take the gold thou givest me, not all thy counsel, Timon. Doest thou or doest thou not? Heaven's cures, heaven's curse upon thee. Pierian, Pineria, and Timandria. Give us some gold, good Timon. Hast thou more? Timon. Enough to make a whore forswore her trade, and to make whores a bow. Hold up, sluts, your aprons mounted. You are not oathable, although I know you'll swear terrible swears into strong shudders, and to heavenly argues. I, the immortal gods that hear you, spare your oaths. I'll trust to your condition, be whore still, and he who pious priest seeks to convert you, be strong and whore, allure him, burn him up, let your close fire pomade his smoke, and be no turncoat. Yet may your pains 6 months be quite contrary, and that your poor thin roofs, with burdens of dead, some that were hanged, no matter where them, betray with them, horse still. Paint till horse may mire upon your face a pox of wrinkles. Veneria and Timandria. Well, more gold, what then? Believest that will do anything for gold? Timon. Conception's vow, in hollow bones of man's, strike their sharp shins, and merrymen spurring, crack their lawyers' voice, that he may never more false title plead, not sound his quality surely hoarding the Flamion, that scolds against the quality of flesh, and not believes themselves down with the nose, down with its flat, take that bridge quite away, or him that is particular to fornices, smells from the general whale, make curled pates, ruffian bald, and let the unscarried braggarts of the war divert some pains from you, plague all, that your activities may defeat and quail the source of all erections, that's more gold. Do you damned others, and let this damned you, and ditches grave you all. Firmina and Timandria. More counsel with more money, bounteous Timon. More whore, more mischief first, I given you earnest. Alcibiades,